Well, a protest in Mumbai's Azad Maidan by Muslim organizations against the Assam riots and attacks.
Yesterday's violence in Mumbai's Azad Maidan that killed at least 2 people and injured over 50.
Police Commissioner Arup Patnaik was transferred out today as controversy rages over the way he handled the Azad Maidan protest on the 11th of August.
That is the result of years and years and years of deep distrust, hostility, suspicions, some of which may be founded, some of which may be unfounded, which is why it's important to come back to the point of political culpability.
You know, it's all very well to talk about containing hate speech online, but when your mainline politicians on all sides are actually perpetrators of that hate speech, you're going after those that you can, but actually it's the politics that represents the politics of hate.
Do you think that news organizations could have taken a more responsible position in terms of announcing that these are rumors? They're spread through wrong images placed in the wrong time.
I think TV channels are in the awkward situation here of being damned if we do and damned if we don't. I actually think it was perhaps a rare moment that all the 3-4 main English channels that I can think of made repeated appeals for calm.
The fact is that these are groups which have very, very deep-seated grievances, a deep sense of victim. There are conspiracy theories that have been floating around for years. I don't think it's going to make a huge amount of difference whether you filter those images or not.
Is there a danger when we are that cautious that we end up playing the game of the establishment, that we end up actually supporting the establishment and sometimes covering up stories?
No, I don't think that would apply to a case like the one that we're discussing about what happened in Azad Maidan. I mean, I think filtering that information or those images, I don't think plays into the hands of the establishment.
He said had there been any firing, he believed there would have been a bloodbath and 200 to 300 people could have died and the city could have erupted.
Nobody asked for a firing.
And I think the police was placed in a damned if they did and damned if they don't situation. So I'm saying there is no consensus in our country on how to deal with mobs that can turn violent, that can turn riotous.
In a situation like this, I would predict that in any other country, the leader of the nation would address the nation, that we are facing this is the action that we are taking, this is what you should do not panic, the usual things.
Lack of communication at the top is a huge problem.
Newslaundry is 10 years old. We've spent a decade bringing you in-depth ground reports, videos, interviews, and media critique. With your help, we've led the movement in the country for ad-free independent journalism. We've carefully crafted a business model that is dependent on you, the subscriber, and not corporations or governments. We thank you for your support and hope that you continue to have our back for the next decade and more. For this, all you need to do is subscribe and pay to keep news free.